The Life and Sad Ending of Harry Anderson. Harry Laverne Anderson was born October 14, 1952, in Newport, Rhode Island. He had a difficult childhood, as his father, who was working as a traveling salesman, would often stay away from the family. In the mid-1950s, Anderson's parents got separated, and he moved to Chicago along with his mother and his siblings. In the late 50s, Anderson's mother moved to Las Vegas, Nevada, along with her children. She started working in Las Vegas, where she became one of the earliest female blackjack dealers in the town. Anderson's mother was good at handling cards, so much so that he developed an interest and fascination towards cards after getting inspired by his mother's work as a blackjack dealer. In 1962, Anderson moved to California in order to live with his father. He was subsequently enrolled at North Hollywood High School in Los Angeles. He then became one of the members of the popular Dante Magic Club during his teenage years. He graduated high school in 1970 and was the valedictorian of his class. During his late teens, Anderson had developed a penchant for performing simple tricks. In fact, he started making money by displaying his tricks on the streets. He ran a lucrative shell game business in San Francisco when he was still fairly young. He also started hanging around with con men who were responsible for teaching him various tricks. By 1973, he was performing street magic on a regular basis. He would perform at least a couple of shows daily, exhibiting his skills at street fairs, on the street, and in college campuses. Street magic had become his livelihood, and he would literally pass his hat among his audience in order to collect money in the form of donation at the end of his performance. Anderson gradually became a prominent street performer, and many started spreading the word about his skills. He soon gained prominence as a magician, which led him to performing at various stage shows. While performing at the famous Magic Castle Hotel in Los Angeles, he was spotted by a talent agent who introduced him to stage show organizers in Las Vegas. Anderson did not take long to catch the attention of many with his amazing yet simple magic tricks. He became extremely popular as he often combined elements of comedy in his tricks. His popularity soon took him places, including to the television set of one of the most famous American variety shows, Saturday Night Live. Anderson's brand of magic and comedy became a hit among the viewers of Saturday Night Live, which prompted the show's producer, Lorne Michaels, to make more episodes featuring the young magician. Anderson went on to appear in the show on 8 occasions from 1981 to 1985. Anderson's popularity grew through Saturday Night Live, which earned him an opportunity to star as Henry Gitz in the popular sitcom Cheers. He then made his film debut in 1982 when he played Henry Masters in The Escape Artist. However, his biggest breakthrough as an actor came in the year 1984, when he played Judge Harold Stone in NBC's popular sitcom Night Court. He was seen in 193 episodes of Night Court from 1984 to 1992, during which he was nominated at the prestigious Primetime Emmy Awards for 3 consecutive years. Meanwhile, he went on to appear in several series, miniseries, mockumentaries, and television films. In 1988, he appeared in a couple of movies. While he played Freddy in Spies, Lies, and Naked Thighs, he portrayed Professor Henry Crawford in the remake of The Absent-Minded Professor. In 1990, he lent his voice to Disney's television film Mother Goose Rock and Rhyme, and then went on to play Richie Tozier in the supernatural horror drama miniseries It, which was based on Stephen King's novel of the same name. From 1993 to 1997, he was seen as Dave Barry in 98 episodes of the popular American sitcom Dave's World. He continued to appear in various other television series throughout the 90s. He then took up the role of Elwood P. Dowd in the 1996 remake of the 1950 classic film Harvey. From 1997 to 2014, Anderson appeared in various television shows, including Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman, Naughty, Son of the Beach, 30 Rock, and Gotham Comedy Live. He was also seen in a couple of films like Hexing a Hurricane and A Matter of Faith, which turned out to be his final film. As a magician, Anderson traveled extensively and was part of many famous stage shows. He even collaborated with other popular magicians like Criss Angel, with whom he appeared in the TV show titled The Science of Magic, which was later released in DVD format. Anderson had also tried his hand at writing, as he came up with the book entitled Games You Can't Lose, A Guide for Suckers, which he co-authored along with his longtime friend Turk Pipkin. In his personal life, Harry Anderson met Leslie Pollock early in his career when he was still performing on the streets. Leslie, too, was a performer and was an expert in mental acts. Since they had similar interests, they started dating, and he married Leslie in 1977, and they had 2 children. Though Anderson and Leslie were happy together initially, their marriage began to deteriorate in the early 1990s. It led to their separation, and eventually the couple decided to make their separation legal by opting for a divorce in the year 1999. In 2000, Anderson entered the institution of marriage once again with a woman named Elizabeth Morgan. In 2006, Anderson and his wife Elizabeth moved from New Orleans to Asheville, North Carolina. In late January 2018, Anderson had a bout of influenza and subsequently suffered several strokes. Sadly, on April 16, 2018, Anderson died in his sleep of a stroke due to influenza and heart disease at his home in Asheville, North Carolina, at the age of 65. He was cremated and his ashes given to family.